Hey everyone, it's Caitlin, the LC, and I'm here today to teach you all about pumping. Okay, so how do you get the most out of your pumping sessions? How do you be most efficient, get the most milk out for your baby, and make sure that you keep up that milk supply? Okay, so if you are pumping, oftentimes you'll have a double pump. If you don't have a double pump, then you're gonna have to do this twice over on what I say today. So what I personally liked to do when I was pumping for my babies was I actually liked turning on the pump first, and I didn't wear a pumping bra. I just held it there. But for those of you that like to wear a pumping bra, you can set it all up ahead of time. Personally, I like the bras that are both a pumping bra and a nursing bra, so you can just wear it all day. You don't have to switch in and out your bras, especially if you're doing combo feeding. So I would just turn on the pump ahead of time, and I would put it to the setting that I liked first. So ideally you start with a setting that's a little bit faster. Okay, so right now, I don't know if you can hear this. Okay, it's kind of slow. That's more like a baby drinking phase. So what I like to start with is I like to start with the stimulation phase. So as soon as I turn it on, I wanna make sure that my cycle, the pulling, is a little bit faster and lighter, okay? So I'm gonna actually increase it here, and I'll let you hear the difference. Okay, so there's quite a difference there between what was happening before. So now it's going a lot more quickly, and I'm actually gonna decrease the vacuum level a bit, and I'm gonna put it on to my breast. Typically, if you're gonna hold it to your breast, hold from here, okay? With pumping, you do have to kind of sit a bit more forward so that the milk is draining down. Unfortunately, it's hard to pump while leaning back. So you do kind of have to prop yourself forward, maybe put a little pillow behind your back, just so that the milk drains down and that your breast gets stimulated well. Now, I usually like to keep it on this setting until I start to see some milk come along. All of us have different letdowns. Some of us will start spraying almost right away or start dripping right away. Others of us, like me, you're gonna take about 6 minutes to see some milk. We all respond to the pump differently. So yeah, so just keep with this faster pace until you start to see some droplets forming on the tip of your nipple. When you see that happen, you can then adjust the cycle speed and you can go down lower again. So I'm gonna go down even lower here and really show you the difference. Okay. So now this is more like the baby sucking that milk out, like really drinking that milk, okay? So maybe you've had that letdown and now the milk is coming out. And when I get to this stage, I'm gonna increase the vacuum to where I'm most comfortable, okay? So I don't wanna get to the point where I'm pinchy. I don't wanna get to the point where I'm like, yeah, I can bear through this, but I'll be okay in 15 minutes. No, you should be at a level that's comfortable. So go all the way up until you feel like, not so great. I could bear through it, but I don't want to. And then go down a level from there. Okay, that's where you're gonna be most efficient at getting your milk. And then you can stay there as you let down. So as your milk starts to drip down into the bottle or spray into the bottle, and remember, not all of us will spray, but as it drips down there, you can stay at this level. If you notice that the drips have kind of slowed down, maybe you're 7 to 8 minutes into your pump, and you're like, okay, I don't think much is happening anymore, that's when you can hit that button again to increase the suction, okay? So we're going to increase the suction again. Okay, so we're increasing the rhythm there, sorry, not the suction, we're increasing the rhythm. And then we're gonna put that back on, and hopefully that will help stimulate my brain to tell my body to release milk again. So encourage another letdown, because that stimulation, what it does is it interacts with these nerve endings around your nipple, sends a message up to the brain to release the milk, okay? So by switching back here, I'm hoping that this elicits a new letdown to happen. And it may happen, it may not happen, but I'm gonna try for a minute or two. If nothing happens after a minute or two, then I can change back to that longer pull. But oftentimes this does help you get another letdown happening. And then when the next letdown happens, right, you're gonna change that cycle to that slower cycle and that higher vacuum rate, okay? And typically we want to pump for about 15 to 20 minutes when we're double pumping. So if you're single pumping, that means that you're doing 15 to 20 per side, right? So that's where it's helpful to have that double pump come in. You can always use a double pump as a single pump, but you can't use a single pump as a double pump. So yeah, so about 15 to 20 minutes is usually ideal for pumping. That would be like the baby feeding, 15 to 20 minutes per side. Obviously, if you get to like minute 17 and you're still gushing and spraying and there's tons of milk in there, then you can continue a little bit longer. But there really is no need to sit there and do like 40-minute pumping sessions, hour-long pumping sessions. To get the most milk and to keep your milk supply high, we want to pump more frequently, not longer in duration, right? So I don't want to see you doing like 3 40-minute pumps in 24 hours. I would rather see you do 8 15-minute pumps in 24 hours if you're working to boost your milk supply, if you're working to get enough milk for your baby. Maybe you're exclusively pumping, maybe you're going back to work, okay? And notice what I'm doing here. While I'm holding the pump, I have developed a way, and I mean, it's going to be dependent on your breast size and such, but I have developed a way through having 3 children to pump with one hand and no pumping bra on, and then being able to change these settings accordingly. All right, well, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and let me know what worked for you in terms of your pumping routine. Take care, bye.